Imagine looking up at the night sky. You see countless tiny, twinkling lights scattered across a vast, dark canvas. Each one of those lights is a star, much like our own sun, but incredibly far away. Now, try to imagine that everything you can see and everything you can't is all part of something immense and almost endless. This is the universe. It is the biggest thing there is, holding everything that has ever existed, that exists now, and that will ever exist. It's a place of breathtaking beauty and profound mystery, a cosmic ocean filled with wonders beyond our wildest dreams. Our planet Earth is just a tiny, fragile lifeboat floating in this magnificent expanse. The universe is not just empty space with a few stars sprinkled in. It is a dynamic and ever-changing place. It is a grand tapestry woven from space, time, matter, and energy. Everything we know is inside it. Every person, every animal, every rock, and every cloud. But it also contains things we are only just beginning to understand, like dark matter and dark energy, mysterious forces that shape the cosmos on the grandest scales. The universe had a beginning, an event we call the Big Bang, which happened about 13.8 billion years ago. From a single incredibly hot and dense point, everything exploded outwards, and it has been expanding and cooling ever since. When we talk about the size of the universe, the numbers become almost impossible to grasp. It is so large that we measure its distances in light years. A light year is the distance that light, the fastest thing we know, travels in one entire year. That's nearly 10 trillion kilometers. The nearest star to our sun, Proxima Centauri, is over 4 light years away. This means the light we see from it tonight actually left that star more than 4 years ago. The observable universe, the part we can see from Earth, is about 93 billion light years across. And what lies beyond that, we simply don't know. It could go on forever. So, the universe is our ultimate home. It is the stage on which the great story of existence plays out. It's a story of birth, life, and death on a cosmic scale. Stars are born from clouds of gas and dust. They live for billions of years and then they die, sometimes in spectacular explosions that create the very elements needed for life. Planets form around these stars, and on at least one of them, life emerged. You are a part of the story. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of long-dead stars. You are, quite literally, made of stardust. Thinking about this connects us to the cosmos in a very real and personal way. Let's zoom in from the vastness of the universe to its fundamental components. The most familiar of these are stars. Stars are gigantic glowing balls of hot gas, mostly hydrogen and helium. At their core, the pressure and temperature are so intense that they trigger a process called nuclear fusion. This is where atoms are slammed together to create new, heavier atoms, releasing a tremendous amount of energy in the process. This energy is what makes stars shine so brightly. Our sun is a star, and it is the source of all the light and warmth that makes life on Earth possible. It is a fairly average middle-aged star, but it is the center of our solar system. Orbiting these stars are planets. A planet is a large round object that travels in a path or orbit around a star. Unlike stars, planets do not produce their own light. They only reflect the light from their star. Our solar system has 8 planets, from the small rocky world of Mercury to the enormous gas giant Jupiter. Each one is unique. Mars is a cold, red desert. Saturn is famous for its stunning rings made of ice and rock. And Earth, our home, is the only planet we know of that has the perfect conditions for liquid water and a rich diversity of life. Discovering planets around other stars, called exoplanets, shows us that solar systems are common throughout the universe. When you get enough stars, along with their planets, gas and dust, all held together by gravity, you have a galaxy. Galaxies are like colossal star cities, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Our home galaxy is called the Milky Way. It is a beautiful spiral galaxy containing somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. Our sun is just one of them, located in a quiet suburban arm about 2/3 of the way from the galactic center. When you look up at that faint milky band of light in the night sky, you are actually looking into the dense star-filled center of our own galaxy. It's a humbling perspective, but the Milky Way is just one galaxy among billions or perhaps even trillions in the observable universe. Galaxies themselves are grouped together into clusters, and these clusters are part of even larger structures called superclusters. These superclusters are arranged in long, intricate filaments, like a giant cosmic web, with vast empty voids in between. This is the grand scale structure of the universe. From the smallest atom to the largest supercluster, everything is connected by the fundamental laws of physics, a set of rules that governs how everything interacts. The story of the universe is the story of how these simple rules build such extraordinary complexity. For almost all of human history, our view of the cosmos was limited to what we could see with our own eyes. We watched the stars, charted their movements, and told stories about the constellations. But our understanding was transformed by a simple invention: the telescope. When Galileo Galilei first pointed his telescope towards the heavens in the early 1600s, he opened up a new universe. He saw mountains and craters on the moon. He saw the moons of Jupiter. And he saw that the Milky Way was made of countless individual stars. The telescope allowed us to see farther and with greater clarity than ever before, turning tiny points of light into worlds we could study. As our technology advanced, so did our ambition. Watching from a distance was no longer enough. We wanted to go there. This dream began to become a reality in the 20th century with the development of powerful rockets. These incredible machines could overcome Earth's immense gravity and carry probes, satellites, and even people into space. This was the dawn of the space age. In 1969, humanity took its first steps on another world when astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon. This monumental achievement proved that we were no longer bound to our home planet. We had become explorers of the cosmos. Today, our exploration of space is more active than ever. We have robotic explorers venturing across the solar system. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance are driving on the surface of Mars, acting as robotic geologists, searching for signs of past life. Probes like Juno are orbiting Jupiter, peering through its thick clouds to understand its stormy atmosphere. The Voyager spacecraft, launched in the 1970s, have now traveled so far that they have entered interstellar space, the region between the stars, carrying messages from humanity into the great unknown. These robots are our eyes and hands in places too distant or dangerous for humans to visit yet. Alongside these robotic missions, humans continue to live and work in space aboard the International Space Station, or ISS. The ISS is a remarkable laboratory that orbits about 400 kilometers above the Earth. Astronauts from many different countries collaborate there, conducting experiments in microgravity that are impossible to perform on the ground. They study everything from the effects of space on the human body to the behavior of fire in zero gravity. The ISS is a symbol of international cooperation and a stepping stone for future missions, perhaps back to the moon, and one day onward to Mars. Every rocket launch and every new discovery is another step on our journey to understand our place in the universe. The universe is full of amazing facts that can stretch our imagination to its limits. One of the most mind-bending is the discovery of the cosmic microwave background radiation, or CMB. This is a faint glow of light that fills the entire universe, no matter which direction we look. It is often called the afterglow of the Big Bang. It is the oldest light in the universe, a leftover echo from when the cosmos was just 380,000 years old. By studying the tiny temperature variations in this ancient light with telescopes like the Planck satellite, we can learn about the conditions of the very early universe. It's like finding a fossil from the dawn of time itself. Another incredible discovery is that our universe is not just expanding, but its expansion is accelerating. We used to think that gravity would gradually slow the expansion down over time. However, observations of distant supernovae, exploding stars, showed that something is pushing everything apart at an ever-increasing rate. Scientists call this mysterious force dark energy. We don't know what it is, but it appears to make up about 68% of the entire universe. This discovery fundamentally changed our understanding of the ultimate fate of the cosmos, suggesting a future where galaxies grow ever more distant from one another until the sky is dark and empty. We have also found that the stars and galaxies we can see only make up about 5% of the universe. The rest is invisible. Besides the 68% that is dark energy, another 27% is something called dark matter. We know dark matter exists because we can see its gravitational effects. It is the invisible scaffolding that holds galaxies and galaxy clusters together. Without it, galaxies like our Milky Way would fly apart. We have built sensitive detectors deep underground to try and catch a particle of dark matter. But so far, its true nature remains one of the greatest unsolved puzzles in all of science. The universe we see is just the tip of a vast invisible iceberg. These discoveries remind us that there is still so much to learn. Every answer we find seems to lead to a dozen new and more profound questions. Why did the universe begin? What is dark matter? Are we alone? This is why we explore. It is driven by a deep and fundamental human curiosity. The same curiosity that led our ancestors to explore a new continent or cross a vast ocean. To look up at the stars is to look back in time and to question our own existence. The journey through the cosmos is the greatest adventure of all, and it has only just begun. The universe is waiting to be discovered.